I'm David with MediaUnlock.net, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Kingstone 5-in-1 Mobile Lite Wireless Hub. This thing's pretty cool. They sent it out to me a few weeks ago, and I've been playing around with it a little bit, and I've set everything back to its factory default settings. So we're going to walk through a little bit of how to use it as well. We're going to go over what it does. So if you notice, you can kind of see a picture here. It allows you to hook in an SD card, a USB. You can charge your phone or tablet. They do say that it's better to charge your phone. It won't charge your tablet terribly fast, and it may not have enough charge in it to charge like an iPad fully. As well, it does allow you to do Ethernet, which is really cool. So if you're at like a hotel that only allows you to get I guess not wireless, but Ethernet for free, but you have to pay for the wireless, where you can actually run the Ethernet cord into this hub and use it as a wireless hub, which is really nice. So as I said, you could hook up like a USB, and Kingstone was kind enough to send me out a little USB drive, which I haven't taken out of the package yet, and I will. And they sent me an SD card as well. What comes in the box with the unit is a charger here, and you get a micro to USB as well, so you can hook in a micro SD card, and sorry, I said micro to SD, not micro to USB, but a micro to SD card. So here's the actual unit right here. We'll pull this away for a second. So this is the actual unit. What we're going to do is we're going to go on and turn it on. This is your charging port right here, and we'll hit it again. And so we'll go over these three. There's three little tiny lights. The first one is going to be your battery indicator. Second one, your Wi-Fi indicator. And then third one will be your Ethernet indicator. As you can see, it's got the blue light on. It will go off here in a minute because it's going to realize that it's not, the Ethernet's not plugged in. You have a reset button here, and then you charge here, and you're on and off. So now it's going to go to Wi-Fi here in a second. And in the back is where you would hook in the Ethernet. And on the side, you can do the USB, which for like a thumb drive or a hard drive, as well as an SD card. And as you know, the Ethernet is now going to go off because it doesn't see it. It's got the Wi-Fi on. And it does have an app, which we're going to show you on the iPad. So I've already downloaded the app. It's called Mobile Lite. The first time that you use it, make sure that you connect into it via your settings before, because the app will actually not go into the device unless it has connected to the device. So as you can see, we've got the Wi-Fi on right there, and we're going to go on and go into my settings on my, and we're going to go to Wi-Fi, and it's set to my household Wi-Fi, but we're going to go to, there it is, MLW-G2 C2B6. Oops, oh, I hit the wrong one there. And so we're going to connect into that one. This will allow the Mobile Lite to talk to the app through the iPad. So it should be connected. And let's try to go into the app. It may take a second to connect. And so there you go. So the first thing that's going to pop up is change the name. So I could change the name to, and let's go on and do that. Media. Oops, let's just get rid of all this. And let's do media. Unlocked. There we go. Next. Now I can enter a password. So if you guys are ever around me and you see this, then you can hack into my password. We'll do media unlocked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll confirm that. Media, which is just, you know, MU, media unlocked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll hit next, and then we'll hit finished. Oh, well, I guess I got to log into it now. So let's look for the one I just set up, and let's see if it sees it here. We'll just do skip step and finish, and all right. And it's going to do an update. Once it updates, I'm going to relog back into it through my settings, would be my guess is what it's going to have me do, if I remember correctly how I did this last time. And then I will be able to plug in stuff and be able to talk directly to the app. So let's grab a USB that I've already got sitting around the house here. And we'll be able to plug right into it. So it's going to take a second to update, so I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Okay, so it has finished up. So what we're going to do is we're going to back out. We're going to go into settings. And there it is, media unlocked. We're going to re-sign back in. MU 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe that's what I made it. Back out. It's connected. We'll go back into the Mobile Lite application. And it will take a second to open up, I'm guessing. It is now open. So as you can see, there's nothing connected to the SD card or USB drive. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go on and connect a USB. And it's got a nice secure feel to it. When you push it in, it feels like it really, the USB is in there very nice and secure. And the USB drive pops right open, and then I can pick, and this is the video file from my grandmother's memorial, I believe. And there it is, and I can play it if I need to. Stop, done. If I want to throw in an SD card, of course I could throw an SD card in there, and we'll back out here, and that would allow me to do all that. Then you do have some other options over here to the right. We'll go back here, and home screen, videos, photos, music. You can actually add stuff from what's on the actual iPad itself, like copy it from your photos. You can go in and mess around with settings. There you go, battery life. It lets you know the battery life of the device. Auto shutdown, the firmware. You can update the firmware. It's wireless connection, channels. And then you can set it up if you wanted. If I wanted to plug this in through my wireless router, I would have the option to do that, and then connect the iPad directly to this wirelessly if I wanted to. But that's a pretty simple procedure. If it's something that you guys don't know how to do, leave a comment. Maybe we'll make a secondary video showing how to do that. It's, again, pretty easy to do. You'll more or less plug and play. Mainly, you'll just need to plug your Ethernet cord into the back of this, and as long as the other end of the Ethernet is connected to internet, then you'll be good to go on the wireless aspect. As well, you can plug in a device if you wanted to charge. And what I can do if I want is plug in, we'll go on and plug in my iPhone. And now if you guys can see that, it says it's charge, or I don't know why it always says charge. It should say charging in my opinion, but it does that every time you plug it in. So now it is charging my iPhone, and then if I wanted to, I could also plug in a SD card and be able to look at those files as well. So this is the review of the Mobile Lite 5-in-1 device and its app. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. While I was explaining how to set up the Mobile Lite, I kind of slipped my mind my absolutely favorite thing about it as a photographer. This is the reason why I use it. This is the reason why I like it. And I've yet to find a device that does this with the application. So what I've done here is I've plugged in a hard drive to the USB. And then if you want to look right there, I have a little SD card plugged in. And it will bring the SD card on and off. It will turn it back on here, and there's the SD card. And so I'm out shooting, and I have a 16 gig card. I forgot all my other cards, and I'm doing a time lapse, and oh, I just filled up my 16 gig card, but I want to keep shooting this time lapse. So what do? What is my options? Well, I happen to have a hard drive with me. I don't have another SD card. So what I can actually do, and I have my iPad, I can actually go into the SD card, right? And let's go into, oops, wrong one. So we'll go into the SD card. And I can actually back up all my files on my SD card and send it to my hard drive. So we'll go in here, and we'll pick a picture. Now you can do a select all option, which I believe is up here. Once this loads, you will have a, right here, I believe this means select all down here at the bottom. And boom, so I can select, I'm not going to select all of them, I'm just going to select a single photo. And now I can send it to a folder, and I want to send it to the USB drive because that's where my hard drive's connected into. And I'm going to send it into the MU camera folder. Now you can create folders as well, so I created this folder with the app on my hard drive. And now I'm going to copy it, and it will take about 5-7 seconds or so to copy the single file. But this is a full frame Canon 6D picture, so that's about 22 megapixels, I believe. There are, let's see here, that picture was 21.4 megapixels to send over. And now it just copied it. But I could go in and I could do a select all, and I could select them all and send them all over, format the card, and then keep shooting my time lapse, and everything's backed up onto the hard drive. So that's really a big deal for me because you can't get anything. Now, of course, you do need a device that can take the app, Android or iOS, to be able to use the app. Or you can actually use your phone as well. So most people have a smartphone, which is really nice, and you can do it that way, allowing you to just take a hard drive wherever you go, a big, huge hard drive, terabyte, 500 gigs, and back up your stuff as you go, which is just, it's just really nice to have that option. As well, as you guys probably notice, I am recording the screen of the iPad with an app that allows me to record the iPad screen. Pretty simple app, pretty easy to use. And what I did is I downloaded the video, the screen capture, into my camera roll, which is right here. This is the first screen capture I did, and oops. And so what I did here, and we'll do this, and I stopped the Canon 6D, so I can select it, and pretty much what I can do is once I've selected it, I can send it to the SD card. So instead of hooking up my iPad to my computer and getting that information off that way, all I have to do is I just took the Canon 6D SD card that I'm recording video or the audio on right now. You guys are looking at the screen capture on the iPad. And I took that footage and I just dumped it onto the SD card with the 6D footage, the outside footage that I shot. And that allowed me to have all my footage on one SD card, so I could dump it all off of one SD card real quickly and then put it in my file system, my workflow, and then edit this video up. So again, the Mobile Lite G2 is pretty amazing for what it does, and I think they're under 50 bucks. Kingston has done a pretty good job. Of course, we'd like it to be a little bit faster, but this is going to be about the same speed that any other device out there is going to offer you at the moment. And I have yet to see or work with another device that will allow me to transfer to the SD card, to the hard drive, or the app. It kind of gives me the option to send the information wherever I want it to go. So again, that is my review of the Mobile Lite G2 by Kingston. Thanks so much for sending it out to me, guys. It's been a lot of fun playing around with it and sending me out these. They were nice enough to send me out some extra SD cards and thumb drives, which I always can use. I've got a million of both, but why not have some more? Because you can always use extra storage devices. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping in, checking out the review, figuring out how this Mobile Lite G2 works. We'll catch you next time. Bye.